Ladies and gentlemen, all the members of Raagaalaya family, the students, teachers, the most enthusiastic and ever vibrant, yet the most humble human being I've known, Dr. Aruna Thambi. All the good people out there, Namaste. We are in different parts of the world, have different cultures, speak different languages, different time zones. It's the love of music, the power of music that has brought us all together. Picture this. You are standing in a queue and the song Happy by Pharrell Williams is playing at the background. First, the sound hits your ear. It activates a series of structures from the cochlea to the cortex in your brain. When you recognize this song, you're actually activating the memory retrieval part of the brain. If you tap your foot, you've activated the motor cortex because you're tapping to the exact beat of the song. And finally, if happy makes you feel happy, it is because the pleasure centers in the brain release dopamine, a happiness hormone. Music has the power to activate the entire brain. A research done by NIMHANS Bangalore suggested that the parents should channelize their children's energy into creative things, that we need to counterbalance their screen time with offline activities. What other best way to do it than listening to music and practice singing? In that field, Raagaalaya not only just teach Carnatic music but give a creative push to its students, always challenging them with new assignments. At present, online classes have become an integral part of the life of students. Last year, the teachers and students were like fish out of water. Teachers struggling to master technology. Students getting adjusted to their newfound freedom. Even though they missed their friends and fresh air, they got freedom from getting up early, from running for the school bus, from the uniform, from the strict rules of the school, and freedom from the teacher's eagle eyes. The biggest challenge I faced while teaching, I was looking at empty circles, strange looking symbols, pictures, etc. And ironically, my own face instead of the beautiful faces of the students, their wide eyes. Having two teenagers at home, I know very well what is going on behind those circles, the various poses while attending classes. And at the very few moments when the camera was on, I saw a mother feeding a 15-year-old baby. And at another time, when an exam was going on, mic unmuted by mistake, heard a mother calling out the answers. Freedom unheard of. Some of them used it, some of them misused it. It's for you to decide whether the mother who called out the answer used it or misused it. After all, what message did the child get? It's okay to cheat if no one is looking. Later on, when a mother, husband, lover is not looking, she can cheat on them. Well, I want to tell you, this new system has made teachers and parents co-workers in educating children. If it was the duty of the school to provide a good learning atmosphere earlier and groom your child to a good gentleman or lady, now it is in the hands of every parent too. If there was a slight chance of getting rid of the online classes, everyone would have preferred that. But with the threat of a third wave coming, the chances are that these virtual classes will continue for a while. Therefore, how can we make the online classes effective? In fact, this new system has made the learner and the teacher come closer. Face to face, eye to eye, ear to ear. It's like a teacher coming to your home to teach your child. The child is free to converse one-on-one with the teacher. So, how to make the best use of it? How can you motivate children to be attentive? Let me give you a few pointers. First and foremost, the child should be mentally prepared to attend the class. How can the brain be tricked into doing it? The child can follow a similar routine as he used to follow while going to school. Wake up early enough, do some mild exercises, take bath, have breakfast, dress neatly. All these small things actually prepare the child physically and mentally to be attentive and concentrate. I have seen that students who did this benefited 100%. The next thing is the need of the hour, a good internet connection. As a parent, I took connectivity as my first priority and saw to it that we have an excellent internet connection. During the good old days, I remember grumbling to a friend of mine about the price of the uniform and how I'm going to adjust without buying a new one for my son. She gave me a piece of advice which stuck with me forever. She told, "Smitha, are you going to adjust with a new uniform? Your son is going to walk around in that uniform 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Would you like him to be shabby or neatly dressed?" The point now is, uniforms have taken a back seat. Good internet access has taken its place. Would you rather get a good net connection, set up a mic and camera, encourage your child to actively participate in the class, or let them somehow manage with a poor connection? Poor connection acts as a major distraction for students. Frequent disruption in Wi-Fi can cause the child to lose interest in the class. While trying to reconnect back, they have a tendency to peep into the social media, and then one leads to the other. The third point is to have a school-like atmosphere at home. What? Think it is impossible? This is how you can do it. Find a place, room, corner where there is least disturbance. At the same time, a place where we can keep an eye on the child. If you think there will be disturbing noises, then give them earphone or a headphone. If possible, let the child have a desktop or a laptop. This will help them seeing the notes, presentations, PPTs, causing less stress for the eyes. Avoid using a phone as far as possible. Let the phone be a backup device. Well, it's for a few hours per day and for a couple of months to come. While patiently waiting for your good golden days of freedom, parents, give this a try and it will save you a lot of heartache later. The 3 points: follow a routine, good connectivity, having a school-like atmosphere at home. All this can take care of the physical aspects of attending online classes. But if I don't mention the emotional aspects, especially of teenagers, this session will be incomplete. Teenage, the age when friends are the center of their world. Now they are not able to see them, talk to them, play with them, plan with them. Instead, we are confined to the 4 walls of a room mostly stuck with their parents and siblings. There is no way to vent out their immense energy. This has resulted in behavioral changes ranging from aggressive behavior to sibling rivalry to even bedwetting. Many children have withdrawn into themselves, hiding behind their gadgets, seeking to remain aloof instead of interacting with friends and family. Many of them glued to social media, comfortable to communicate only through messages and chats. Face-to-face interactions, a big no-no. Actually talking to people, very stressful. As parents, we cannot stop them using social media. That is the only way for them to connect to the outside world. We cannot hover around them doing helicopter parenting. Instead, the only thing we can do is to understand them, be kind to them, encourage them, and use social media meaningfully and responsibly. In fact, the moment you notice your child going into an aloof mode, that is a time for some serious lifestyle change within the home. You need to start talking to them. You may not receive a favorable reaction. In fact, you'll be shooed away from the conversation. Persistence and patience is the only key. Parents, make it a habit to have a meal together. It works wonders. Here are some unique things you can do. Plan out a picnic. What? Picnic? You cannot go outside. Well, you can have an indoor picnic. Lay out a blanket, pick out your family's favorite finger food, and have a picnic in the comfort of your home. Only one simple rule. You can only eat when you're sitting on the picnic blanket. For some people, music is how they connect with the world. This is true for your child. Try sharing some music together by creating playlists. You may surprise each other with your choices and even introduce each other to different music. You could try creating a playlist for special occasions such as birthdays or anniversaries and surprise each other. I remember a story. Winter was setting in. It was becoming colder and colder. Snow was everywhere. In a forest nearby, there were a group of porcupines. They were thinking how to get over this. And then they decided, we will all stick together, hug each other, come together as a big ball. So they did it. They stuck together and the quills were poking each other. It was bleeding, it was hurting, but they stuck together. But one fellow, he thought, no, I can't stand it anymore. So he just came out of it and wandered away. And you know what happened to him. Well, sticking together as a family helps, even though some quills will poke. It is better than getting lost out there. I would like to wind up with a small recap. M for mental preparation. It is the key to productive online learning. You understand your child, find unique ways to connect with him. Yes, school-like atmosphere. At home. Internet is a need of the hour. And C, keep your connection strong, whether it is your family members or friends. One real friend is worth 1,000 virtual friends. So, MUSIC. Have music in your life and make the best use of it. Namaste.